Hello guys, I hope that you are all doing great. In this video I'm going to be doing another Q&A and I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you guys sent me last week. So let's get started. First question. How does someone who has never traveled out of their country settle in the UK if they don't know anyone there? I think that there has to be a first time for everyone to travel out of their country, and honestly it's not as hard as people think it is. And in this case, for you as an overseas nurse, it won't be that hard because you have your employer who will be paying your flight ticket, you have your employer who will be helping you to look for accommodation in the first month, and they'll be picking you up from the airport. So some of the things that people find really hard to do, you will be helped to do that. So I don't think you need to worry about that. I don't think you need to be worried about settling somewhere just because you don't know anyone. You're going to meet people that are nice, maybe from your workplace or from where you're going to be living, so don't worry about it. Should I pay for IELTS or CBT training? This is a question I've been getting a lot in the past few weeks. Honestly, I think it's a waste of money to be paying for IELTS training, especially if you come from a country like Kenya, where we started studying English when we were in nursery. You already know the grammar and how to construct sentences in the right way and all that. All you need to know is the structure of the IELTS exam and what the examiner wants you to do. And I don't think you need to be paying someone to tell you this, because all this information is already out there in the internet, and all you have to do is do the research for yourself. In my case, I did fail the first time just because I went blindly to do the exam. I joined my agency after I failed the IELTS, and they told me that I should go to IELTS Liz. She has a website and she also has a YouTube channel. The videos are like 4 years old, but she really explains it in a way that makes you understand, and she used to be a British Council examiner, so she knows what you guys need to do. So watch her videos, go to her website, read and do the exercises there, and honestly, the money that you will use to pay someone to tell you this, I'm sure you can use that to buy internet and do it from the comfort of your home, and I think you're going to pass. I don't think you need to waste your money on IELTS training. For the CBT, I don't know where people are paying to be trained about CBT. I was supplied with reading materials from my agency. They have like a portal where they give you access to the study materials, so really I didn't have to pay for anything, and I think no one should have to pay for these kind of things. The only thing I think you need training for is OSCE exam, because it's practical and you're going to have to practice for you to get better for the exam. So for IELTS and for CBT, absolutely no, you don't need to pay for that. What are the best places to live, especially for people with families, that won't be expensive? In my last video I talked about the living expenses in the UK, and I was basing it around areas around London, which tend to be quite expensive. So I think if you have a family, I would suggest maybe Scotland, Northern Ireland, or somewhere just further from London. I think there are also a lot of resources on the internet that will tell you which is the better place for you to live if you have small kids or a big family. How do you cope with the stress from work? I feel like nursing can be very stressful, especially on that side of the world. Yes, I agree with you that nursing is a very stressful career. I think any place, any part of the world really. And my way of dealing with it is I try to forget, you know, when I finish work, I clock out and close that door. I try to leave all the negative things that happen during the day. Sometimes I do take the positive ones, like if I made somebody's day better. Those are good things that, you know, will make you feel good. So when I get home, first thing I like to do is to shower. I feel like that washes away everything, you know, the negative bits, everything here. And then I will just relax, have some time to myself, have some wine, or go out with my friends. Sometimes when I'm really energetic by the end of the shift, I usually come home and I can go for a run, and that will help clear my head, or even a walk. I think walks sometimes do you good. And I like to relax, take care of myself. Shopping makes me feel really good. I think it makes everyone feel good. Something that has worked is the gym. I joined the gym earlier this year, and honestly it's been a big part of distressing, and it really helps me because I make like a schedule for myself and I try to work towards a goal, and that has been really helpful. What are the normal duties of a nurse there? I think they are like in any other place. We have things like medication, which is like several times a day, care plans and risk assessment, and then of course there is like doctor's rounds on some days of the week, and then you also have documentation, which is key, and I think that is more strict here than any other places I've worked before, because if you don't document it, that means you didn't do it. So you have to make sure you document every single thing that you do. Duties are kind of similar, but they also change depending on where you're working. Which shifts do you prefer to work, night or day? When I came here after my induction, I started to work nights, and I was doing 4 nights a week, and I was doing that for months, and then my manager decided that I was going to work on day shifts. And honestly, I was really scared because at night most people are sleeping and it's kind of calm. Sometimes things do happen and it's a very busy night, like you don't even get a minute to sit down, but I think they are more calmer, and then management is not there. So when I thought about days, meant I had the management, I had more staff around me, I had other multidisciplinary people around me, I had relatives, which was even going to be more stressful. But I had no choice. And honestly, if I had a choice, I would quit because I was really scared about day shifts. It just seemed like so much. But I started slowly and I started to learn how to deal with all those, and now after doing day shifts for some months, I think I prefer to do day shifts to night shifts. And when I get a chance to trade my night shift, because I do 1 night shift a week, I do trade it for a day shift. So for now, I prefer to do day shifts to night shifts. Can you please do an after work routine video just to show some of the things that you do? Okay, I think this one is kind of similar to the one asking about how I deal with stress, because I start to deal with stress immediately after I leave work. So I will work on that. Thank you for the video idea. You seem to be moving from one country to another. Are you planning to leave the UK anytime soon? If you could, where would you go? I've only lived in Kenya, Sweden and the UK. The other places I've just been traveling. I'm not planning to leave the UK anytime soon. And to answer your other question, if I were to move from here, I think the place I would want to live in would be Sweden. I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with the place, and it does something special to me. Like, I feel I can achieve anything whenever I'm there. Another place I would love to live in would be Australia or Canada. I actually have a friend who moved from the UK and she went to Australia. She's a nurse and she says it's amazing there. So if I had a chance, it would either be Sweden, Australia or Canada. I see you like going to the gym a lot. Where do you even get the energy to do that? I found that the gym was one thing that I could do for myself, because I realized I spend most of my time taking care of other people and I need to do that for myself as well. So when I joined my gym, that was my goal, like to be more healthy and to do something for myself, just to thank myself, because I feel like I work so hard. But yeah, I think it's been a good journey. And in my gym, they give you like a personal trainer for not like every time you go to the gym, but maybe once in a month, and then you kind of set goals according to where you are, like what you want, if you want to add more muscle, if you want to lose weight, or if you just want to tone your body, depending on what you want. And they have like the body tracks machines where they measure your fat percentage, the water, the muscle, everything that's in your body. And then when you set goals and they show you the exercises that you'll be doing maybe for a month or like 6 weeks, after that you get to review and see where you are. So it's not like I have a lot of energy to go to the gym. It's that I set goals and I'm really obsessed about setting goals and achieving them. So working towards that goal that I set is what really keeps me going, because sometimes I'm really lazy and it's like I'm dragging myself from my house to go to the gym. I'm an African sister like you, and I'm really worried about what I will be doing with my hair when I come there. I think I'll just shave it all. How do you manage your hair? Hair is very important. For us, it can be really hard with hair, and I learned this when I moved to Sweden. When I moved there, hair was really expensive, even buying the extensions themselves. But luckily, a friend of mine had advised me to bring my own extensions from Kenya. So when I got there, I had to learn how to do my hair, and I learned how to do braids. I learned how to even do weaves, and I do these crochet braids myself. It's not easy in the beginning. It doesn't look good at all when you do it for the first time. Well, for some people it does, but for me it wasn't. So I had to keep like practicing and learning from other people who do it. So I finally got to a place where I can do this for myself. I don't always do it myself. Sometimes I have to pay, and it's really expensive. It can range from anywhere between 40 pounds to even 100 pounds or more for maybe braids or any style really. One advice I'd give you is to bring your own extensions, and then if you can start learning how to do hair for yourself now before you even get here, maybe you can go to a salon close to your home and they can teach you how you can be doing, you know, the basic stuff. I think that would really help. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I've also linked some other videos that I've done in the past, including the living expenses video. If you haven't watched it, please subscribe because it means a lot to me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.